Hello art friends, Dr. Beck here. Welcome to Artwazze where learning is fun. Today we're going to be making a collage, and what we're going to need for this project is a paper, pencil to draw, pair of scissors. I like a glue stick, but you could use Elmer's glue if that's what you have. Just please use it sparingly. And then you're going to need to gather paper, scrap paper, magazine pages that have some color on them that you're going to need. You could use wrapping paper, anything that you could find, get your hands. So I'd like to gather that first before we even get started with anything. And you have to decide on what kind of color scheme you want. I'm going to be doing a cardinal, which is a red bird. Therefore, everything in the background, I don't want any red. So I'm going to be using its complementary colors, which are green. I'm going to use some blues, maybe a little yellow. See you in a minute. Time to start our collage. I'm going to be drawing a cardinal on a branch. If you don't want to make a red bird and you want to make another color bird, that's up to you. Do whatever kind of bird you like. But because I'm making a red bird, the background I want to be in its complementary color. So the opposite of red is green. I could use blues, and maybe I'll throw a little yellow in there as well. If you decide to make a blue bird, then you would use a pink, yellow, orange, red background. So try to use the opposite of whatever color the bird you're going to be drawing. I'm going to start the cardinal by coming up like this and making a little peak for the head. I'm going to come over here. This is where one eye is going to be, and make a little loop like this. I'm going to be putting the beak in next. And as always, if I'm moving too quickly, feel free to pause the video. Now I want to come down like this. And I want to come over like this. And I want to do this. And this is where the bird's tail is going to be. This is the bird's claw. And I'm going to put the branch just like this. That's the whole drawing. The rest is going to be paper glued down on this paper. The only thing I do want to do now is, instead of using a black paper to glue down this little spot here around the head and around the eyes and beak, I'm going to just color this part in black right here. Everything else is going to be paper glued down. Now, I would like for you to do the background first. This way, if you're a little overlapping on the bird, when you do the bird, you have to be neat one time. So I'll show you what I mean. There we go. You could use Elmer's glue, or you could use a glue stick. The important part about collaging is that you don't let the paper stick up in the air. You want to get everything glued down nice and snug. I also have a variety of paper here. I use magazines, I use gift wrap, scraps of any colors you could find, put them together, use different greens, use different reds. You could use ads from the paper, wherever you could find any kind of pieces of color that you would like. And know what's really neat to look for too? For example, when I do this branch, I found this here, and that will make a nice edge on my branch. It'll be partially in, you'll see when I cut it, but it'll be partially in gray, partially. So look for pieces of colored paper that have what you might be needing to do your collage. So now I'm going to start with the background. And I'm going to use, like I said, in my background, a lot of greens and blues. So I'm going to be using a glue stick. Glue stick's quick, it's easy. And again, nice and flat. You know what? That's a nice piece of it. I'm going to cut this a little. Like that. So it's a good idea before you even start this project to gather. Gather what you can, what you could find, in order to put your collage together. Now this is what I mean right here. I'm going to overlap this bird a little bit here. Just let me cut this piece off. It's kind of like a puzzle. You got to play around with it. Because this is going to be red and that's going to be darker than this. So I could overlap it a little bit, and I'm going to be covering up my lines that I drew the bird with. So we don't have to worry about that. And I also like to stagger the color. So I have this here, I'm going to put this here. Now see how that's sticking up? We want that to be flat. We want flat. Now I have that bright green here, so guess what? I'm going to put some bright green down here now. Ooh, here's a nice blue. Maybe I'll put this blue like this. I'm going to lift this piece up a little bit and make sure there's no white coming through. So I'm going to repaste it down, overlapping the other one just a hair. There we go. So I don't have any white coming through there. Now I'm going to start the bird. I got the background finished. And I'm going to, before I do the bird, I'm going to draw the claws on right here, the feet. So it's going to come down like this. That's too tiny for me to cut out. So I'm going to do that first. Now I want to go to a completely new set of colors. So I'm getting away from the greens and the blues and some yellow, and now I'm going red. Thank you for visiting Artwazze today, because there are so many ways to use art. I hope everybody enjoyed doing their bird collage today. Don't forget, be smart, include art. See you next time.